All right, follow the rules. Now, there are a lot of unwritten rules in dating. There really are. Some of you are absolutely clueless. Some of you know them very well. Probably knew them very well because you had a dad that was teaching them to you. Now, when what I'm talking about now with following the rules are the rules that we had you write from the first portion of the method here. Now you're going to write down your rules, and I don't want you to be too hard or too easy on yourself when it comes to the rules. You're just coming up with rules that are going to keep you in line. It has really very little to do with the men that you're dating. It's yourself. All too often, are you crying in your room, your heart's broken because you broke your own rules? Absolutely. Women, you know better. The answers are inside of you. The difference now is you are aware of your rules. They're written down, they're official, and they're there to protect you. So if you have a rule that you don't kiss a guy on a first date, you stick to that rule. Show respect for yourself. Have integrity. I love integrity, and I love definitions of integrity. It's how you act when people aren't watching, and there's some cute things, and I'm sure Oprah has two or three that are really good. But I use the word integrity as well for a system or for a foundation. The foundation of a home has integrity when it's this massive block of concrete. I'm glad I'm talking with women. I don't know how many of you know about concrete. I got to be careful when I talk about things like that because men might say he has no idea what he's talking about with concrete. But I picture this concrete block holding a house up, right? So when it starts cracking, it ruins the integrity of the foundation. When a company or a school, an organization has rules, but they let people slide, they destroy the integrity of the rule system. It's the same thing here. So here is a way that you can show up in your own life with integrity by keeping to your rules. You know that you're someone that struggles with integrity. You set your own rules and you are the one breaking them. So stay in the middle when it comes to creating your rules. But again, if it's okay to date on the first date, that's cool. That's fine. It's not really a major issue. But let's say you have to date someone for a month before you become exclusive, then you stick to the rule. Not at 26, 27 days. I have you setting up these rules because women, a lot of you are struggling right now because you walk all over yourselves. It has nothing to do with men walking all over you. They do it because they see you do it. And it starts with that kind of stuff. If they see you saying, well, I have a rule, I don't get exclusive 30 days into it, but I do it at 27, he sees the cracks in your foundation. Now, at that given moment, he's not thinking, oh, I'm going to exploit her and I'm going to destroy her. But as you set up your future with each other, subconsciously, he knows that you're someone who doesn't have that sense of integrity. Now, it's a hard thing to stomach. It really is. I tell people all the time when they're lacking integrity, and it's so offensive to them. And I don't mean it in a offensive way. I'm simply giving them advice for themselves, how they can be more powerful. And so when it comes to these rules, stick to them, and that's your way out. It's not you telling a guy I can't be exclusive until 30 days. It's your rules that say that. There are kids that love being able to blame their parents for things. I tell my kids all the time, put it on me. This is a rule. If you don't want to be embarrassed for it, tell them it's your dad's rule. I'm the one that did it. That's totally cool with me. I don't give a dang, for real. Like I'm going to be worried that some kids don't like me. It's the same thing with men. Who cares? They're not your rules anymore. They're the rules. And so set them and stick to them. And again, oftentimes I'm aware I can be redundant. I kind of come back and jump on things, but don't be too hard or too easy on yourself. Put them right there in the middle so that they're rules that you can stick to, but they do represent, they stand for something. And so the rules are however many or whatever rules that you want to set, go ahead and set them. They can be across the board. You know, I don't like eating Indian food. That could be a rule. It's a silly one. It doesn't really help with dating. But your rule could be, you know, you don't want to watch R-rated movies, or you have a rule that you don't want a guy using the F word on the first date, or you don't want a guy using the F word on any dates. You know, because those are important things to pay attention to. Later on, if you have a guy who's vulgar and disgusting, it might have been because he talked that way on your first date. Had you set it as a rule to ditch a guy that uses the F word the first time you go out with him, chances are he's not going to be swearing and using the F word around your family in 6 months because you kicked him to the curb on date one by sticking to your rules. Do you see the dynamic that I'm teaching you here? It's really simple stuff. Because once you're emotionally involved with a guy, it's kind of game over. Don't worry, I've got coaching for that too. But there's a lot of problems there when you get emotionally involved. Nip it in the bud, as my mom used to say. When your rules are getting broken at the very beginning, let them go. Because I can assure you, and I will give you an official guarantee with my signature on it, he won't care for rules later. Ta-da!